Let's go. Good evening, fans of Heartland Championship Wrestling, and welcome to this week's edition of the Heartland Highlight Reel. Today is January the 23rd, 2026, as we bring you highlights from the Heartland and all across the Filsinger Games universe. Kicking things off in the Heartland, it was a big show from Birmingham, Alabama. The Bill Harris Arena was the site for action featuring the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. It was a great main event for the Dixie Heavyweight Championship as the defending champion Ric Flair took on a stellar challenger in Stone Cold Steve Austin. But Flair, as he always does, the master of the technical game, working the knees of Stone Cold and actually gaining a pinfall after taking out the knee, and Austin was unable to kick out of that. Ric Flair successfully defends the Heartland Heavyweight Championship. Plenty of chaos in Birmingham this week, most of which was introduced by Angelo Mosca, the newest member, ladies and gentlemen, of the Heenan family. Angelo Mosca has joined forces with Bobby Heenan, and it was a big night for Mosca indeed. He started things off by interfering in a match between Big John Studd and Antonio Inoki, which cost Studd the disqualification, but left Inoki in a heap on the arena floor after a beatdown from Studd and Mosca. What a dangerous duo this is going to be. And then it was Big John Studd returning the favor, helping Mosca to gain a victory over the Heenan family's hated rival Black Jack Mulligan. Angelo Mosca with a power slam through the table in the ring that enabled Mosca to claim that victory, give the assist to Studd, who provided the table for Mosca to do his damage. Also in Birmingham, we crowned new number one contenders for the Atlantic Tag Team Championship, and that's the team of Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, Bad Company, as they got a win over Eddie and Chavo Guerrero. Tanaka getting the pinfall after a cross body block off the top rope on Chavo Guerrero. And boy, what a run these guys had in the AWA back in their early days before WWE got hold of them and turned them into a couple of worthless cartoon characters. Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, your number one contenders. They will take on the team of Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers for the Atlantic Tag Team Championship. Also in matches in Birmingham, the show opened with Frank Gotch getting a win over the one-man gang with a roll-up. Another big win for the Heenan family as the team of Killer Kowalski and Larry Hennig defeated the Bullet Club of Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. Kenta was up next, and although he was taking a beating, he picked up a disqualification win over Pac. Give the victory to Kenta in that one. A win for the Golden Dynasty and the men of Ted DiBiase, among whom Kenta counts his friends. Then, of course, we saw Inoki with his disqualification victory over Studd. Barry Windham was up next in a rugged match against Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Two big Texans going at it. Barry Windham gets the pinfall victory with the Sweetwater Superplex. And that wraps up the action that we saw in Birmingham. Looking around the Heartland, the controversy continues in Heartland Ladies Wrestling, as the Heartland Ladies Championship is under dispute. Jordan Grace, of course, your longtime Heartland Ladies Champion throughout most of 2025, lost that title to Portia Perez on the final show of 2025, thanks to the assistance of Nicole Matthews. And most recently, we saw Perez defending her belt, and again, it was Nicole Matthews coming to the rescue, causing the disqualification and forcing Jordan Grace to demand a steel cage match. The fans in Cleveland echoed those demands, and those demands have been submitted to Heartland Commissioner Cheerleader Melissa, and we are anxiously awaiting word from Cheerleader Melissa as to whether Jordan Grace will be granted a steel cage match in her championship rematch in an effort to isolate Portia Perez and keep her Canadian Ninja partner Nicole Matthews from interfering. Also around the Filsinger game universe, news from Velvet Wrestling, brought to you by Neely Bob. And Velvet Wrestling is currently the scene of the Kevin Butcher Memorial Ladies Tournament. 8 matches in the first round. Your winners listed here. Among the notables, Luna Vachon, Freya the Slaya out of Alaska, part of the new independent ladies set, along with Chantel Jordan from the UK, also part of that set. And a couple of legends, Ashley Lane out of Columbus, Ohio, beautiful young lady. Not young anymore, but a veteran of the sport of wrestling, also a first-round winner, along with legit Layla Hirsch. And a few what appear to be bootleg or fictitious wrestlers created by Neely Bob or somebody for the purposes of this tournament. So congratulations to those winners, and we will look forward to more from the Kevin Butcher Memorial Ladies Tourney. Gosh, it's been almost 3 weeks now since we lost Kevin Butcher, and man, we still miss you every day. Thank you, Neely Bob, for honoring the memory of Kevin Butcher with your memorial tournament. Now, coming up this weekend in the Heartland, we will be back on the air with action from Pro Wrestling Mid-America. The Mississippi Coliseum in Jackson, Mississippi will be the site of this weekend's action. Possibly on Saturday, maybe Sunday, probably Saturday. I'll probably try and get this done on Saturday. We'll see what the schedule holds. Keep an eye out on Facebook. Keep an eye out on Discord. I will post when my schedule for the weekend is set. A couple of other commitments on the books, but there will be excitement in the Heartland coming out of Pro Wrestling Mid-America. Your main event will be a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship, as the very popular duo, the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, Tommy Rich, Tracy Smothers, looking to get a shot at the big belts, but they've got to go through Bolo and Gito Mongo to get there. And the Mongols will be in Jackson, Mississippi, and chaos will indeed ensue. Also in Jackson, a big grudge match scheduled following the events of the Buckeye Bowl 2026. It will be Sergeant Slaughter taking on Arn Anderson in grudge match action in Birmingham. All right, that is all I have for tonight for the Heartland Highlight Reel for January 23rd, 2026. We will see you on the channel this weekend with more exciting Heartland action. That's our stream, and I am out of here.